Listen, yeah. I know I'm supposed to be happy about last night's game. We got a win. A win is a win. That's another win in the win column. So I'm supposed to be happy about that. But quite frankly, I'm not. Not in our overall result of the game. Because you got to look at it. These boys have lost 23 games straight for a reason. They've lost. We allowed 124 points to be scored against us from this team. It just shows how atrocious our defense really is. And then our backcourt is so, like, anybody can get through our backcourt, which causes problem for the front court. Cade dropped 44 points. Come on in here, let's talk about it. What it do, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. And while you're in here, please hit that like, comment, subscribe, and notification bell so that you'll be notified every time Hertakes uploads a new video. All right, let's get into it. So last night, we had the Detroit Pistons in the house. We were able to come out with the win. How do we do that? So, in my opinion, I feel like, this team, like I said in my previous video, when you look up and down this roster, they're not so bad. They just don't, and what I didn't know, because like I also said, I've not followed them as much, but they really don't have any pure scores other than Bogey and Cade. Cade can get to, that mid-range and get to the rack, and he can score that way. He can really put pressure on the defense and penetrate. And then they got their Bogey that can hit the three. He's the one person that can spread the floor a little bit for Cade when he's on the floor. So that's why I think it's really, really important that they continue to play those two together. For example, last night, they really wanted this win. They fought hard for this win, thus, getting the 124 points. Cade scoring 44 points on us. Problem for them was that they just didn't have enough in the tank. They just didn't have enough weapons. They didn't have enough weapons on their team. So I kind of feel sorry for them for that. They fought hard, though. And then Cade, he played 44 minutes. I want to say Bojan played 40 minutes, 39 minutes, somewhere up in there. They both played extra minutes, unfortunately. These boys are really trying to win. Looking at it firsthand, being at the game, I can tell you they are really, really trying to win. I don't think they're tanking on purpose. I think they just don't have enough firepower. They're trying to win. At the end of the day, they're professionals. They want to win. They fought so hard, they had two players that fouled out, which kind of surprised me because normally Atlanta's the team that get all the calls against them, but no, they had two players that fouled out. Overall, they had 24 personal fouls called against them, and we had 22. So they led us by 2, and normally, we have more than the other team. Like I said, their Bogey shot 5 for 9 from 3, so he was lighting them up at 3. They came out fighting, and they did. They really, really did. Now, that's all I got to say about them. Hopefully, they'll work it out. Hopefully they'll turn their season around. They'll do what they got to do. Because, I hate to see them struggle like that. Let's move on to the Hawks. The positive for my Hawks, I'm going to say Trae He was actually the positive. Yeah, he had his 5 turnovers. And a lot of people give Trae a hard time for his turnovers. But it's kind of like that repetition thing. The more you do something, everything ain't going to always end up well. Everything ain't going to always come out great. He has so many passes. He distributes the ball so much. He handles the ball so much. So he's going to have turnovers. We had 5 turnovers. But his plus minus, I want to say, was like a plus 20 or something like that. When I looked at it, I didn't jot that down in my notes, but I want to say he had a really, really good plus minus. He had 31 points and 15 assists. So Trae's doing his thing. I'm not disappointed in Trae at all. Everybody else up and down the roster, I'm going to say there wasn't any special call outs to anybody. They all did what they were supposed to do. And the way we've been playing, so that is a special call out to the team because everybody was contributing up and down the roster and where they need to. My biggest impression was from Clint Capella. Clint had 3 blocks, 17 points, 15 boards, and 7 of those boards were offensive boards. So he did a really, really good job. He brought it, and he did what we need our big to do. If you can't shoot, that's what we need you to do, Capella. Keep doing that, okay? We appreciate it. Now, we only had 2 players on that came off the bench or that played that was in the negative in their plus minus. That was the 2 Matthews boys. Don't know really how I feel about them, to be honest with you. I would like to see Seth Lundy, AJ Griffin whenever he gets back. I feel like I mention him in every one of my videos. Low key, a little fan of that young man. I would rather see them 2 getting the burn, to be honest with you. But they made their impact in terms of defensively trying to make a defensive stance. Really and truly, speaking on that, I feel like in this, upcoming trade deadline, when we do trade for more players, I hope, my wish list is that we get defensive players, that our main focus is going to be defense. We got the scoring. We just need to get some defensive players on our roster. Got to. So that's my main take from that I would like to see us do in this upcoming trade deadline. Get some defensive players, because to give up 124 points to a team that's struggling like that, and you can't really just say this team. We give up that many points to everybody. It seemed like here lately everybody's scoring at least 120 on us, 100 and something. So we've got to tighten up our defense, and it's really in that front court wing area. I feel like OO and Capella, for the most part, do their job. OO sometimes get bodied and handled in his position, but I think that for the most part, defensively, they do what they need to do. Now, upcoming, we've got Houston. That's going to be a really, really test for us, playing against Houston. We've got Houston on Wednesday. We've got Miami on Friday and Memphis on Saturday. So tough week for the Hawks. So we definitely needed that win last night. Tough week coming up for the Hawks. So we're going to have to just got to bring it. Simple as that. Just got to bring it. And everybody know their assignments. Just like last night, everybody contributed, did what they were supposed to do. It was a hard-fought, tough game, but we hung in there. And we just got to keep bringing it. But that is really, really all I had. I just wanted to come and give my quick review, from your favorite female fanalist. I'm not an analyst. Some people come for me and what I have to say. I'm not an analyst. I am a fanalist. So keep that in mind. Remember that. I'm a fan first. I love the game. Love to talk about the game. So that's what we're doing. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, tell a friend to tell a friend about this movement. Let's keep it going. And as always, on to the next one. Peace.